Future Complexity here. I just want to let you guys know that for the foreseeable couple of videos coming from this live, it's going to sound a bit acoustic. I was going ahead and fixing the volume while live. The gain was way too damn high. And through some processing and some editing, I've at least been able to make it, audible for you guys. But I just wanted to go ahead and say that and let you guys know why the quality has kind of shifted here. So I have actually fixed that, hopefully. Now, back to the video. All right, well, it's time for some WillyMac now. It's time for some WillyMac. WillyMac made a video the other day again about Cruel World and what's her face, Cruel World and Caseytron. So he made a follow-up video, and so we're gonna take a look and see what he had to say.
The Caseytron settlement has caused a catastrophic meltdown from Denims seemingly throwing Frogan under the bus.
Yeah, that was crazy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, she 100%, in my personal opinion, I agree with the tinfoil hat conspiracy. Denims 100% threw Frogan under the bus in order to try and get as much money as possible. Like, how in the world do you talk about like solidarity and shit, but you want to turn around? You want to turn around and be like, well, I'm pretty sure Frogan's gonna settle too, guys. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, send me the money.
Hasan crashing out repeatedly.
Ethan is literally behaving like Israel. This is like Israel style behavior.
That is so racist. I'm not even like against, I don't even give a damn about Israel, Palestine, any of that. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, okay? But dear Lord, is that some racism? Holy Jesus.
It's fine because he said Israeli, lying every step of the way.
If I offer support, you won't know about it.
But I don't want to just recap her statement. I want to go through and see just how genuine Casey was being. Because just in her previous stream 6 days earlier, Casey was back to playing full YouTube videos without her even being there. They're just...
No, she's already gone back on it, bro. I knew this was gonna, I mean, we all knew this was gonna happen, right? We all knew she was immediately gonna turn around and just as soon as the eyes were no longer on her, she was gonna be like going right back to stealing content.
Auto playing into each other while she's not there. Not a single comment on any of these. Casey is playing full Mariah Carey music videos. She's receiving subs as the music video's playing. The only time she chimes in is to say thank you to
Twitch is such a bullshit freaking it's such a bullshit streaming platform, dude. Absolute fucking bullshit, man. I mean, this is just the most fuck Twitch.
the donation.
Oh my god, wait, you guys really are keeping the train going.
Before going back to being silent for the rest of the video.
Thank you guys. That was alright, thank you.
So either Casey learned a lot in the 6 days leading up to her apology, or we're gonna see her stealing content and end up right back in court in the near future. I also want to...
Oh yeah, this would be the absolute worst time for her to get sued because she has no freaking money. So if she gets sued, she's not going to be able to survive, somebody else's lawsuit.
Touch on Hasan, who didn't send Casey any financial support. He didn't even bother to send her a nice message.
I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hasan Piker. Hasan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support.
Because I feel like people have grossly understated how much Hasan has encouraged Casey to fight this losing lawsuit. He's repeatedly called it frivolous, that it's not going anywhere.
So transparently a mechanism of bullying people through frivolous litigation. And even if the litigation doesn't go anywhere, which it won't, for the record.
When I said
I mean, it definitely went far enough for her to tap out. So let's be realistic. Oh man, everybody else remember when Hasan didn't know what vexatious litigation was? Pepajaya Farms remembers.
Said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny. It was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the clients.
He pushed the narrative that the only reason Ethan wasn't suing him is because he had the funds.
He's not doing it to me because I'm a much larger content creator that can put up a stronger opposition. And
which is the dumbest thing ever. This is how you know people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to lawsuits, dude. If you invite somebody to watch something, you ask someone to watch what, like, your content, and it doesn't matter how, like, up the ass you have copyright on it. You can't do anything. There's nothing you can do. That's like inviting somebody to drive your car and then trying to freaking get them arrested for fucking stealing your car. That's not, like, it just doesn't work that way. That's not how it fucking Christ, dude. Some people are just so stupid that some people are so dumb that it hurts, man. I'm just saying.
And can withstand litigation like this.
But most importantly, he heavily implied that he would help them out with their legal fees.
I go through this back and forth where I'm like, should I not cover this at all? But also because I know that's what he wants. Ultimately, he wants attention. He's like a fucking petulant child. A
fucking pot calling the kettle black right there.
Pathetic crybaby. A permanent victim. But also at the same time, it's like, I feel like if I don't give any attention to this with my platform, it's like, then I feel like I'm leaving these people defenseless.
You know, one way to not leave them defenseless, Hasan, is to give them money. I'm just saying, one way to really help these girls out is to give them money. I'm not a mathematician, okay? I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a scientist or anything, but I feel like what would help them way more than you talking about this on your platform would be to give them fucking money, bro. And you know what's going to be funny? You know what's going to be, like, really funny is if Frogan ends up settling. I guarantee you that in that settlement agreement that he is going to have her do the same thing that Caseytron did and reveal how much help she got from Hasan. And I can only imagine, like, what will end up happening and where the pitchforks will go if it turns out that he actually gave Denims and Frogan money, but not Caseytron.
Yeah, he totally left her out to dry, man.
He has also admitted multiple times he wants to hurt you financially through them as if you were their legal guardian. No, I know. That's why he keeps saying, like, oh, socialist, why won't he give these guys money? Trust me, if I offer support, you won't know about it. Okay?
And neither will anybody else, apparently.
What is this face if not implying he would help Casey? So if you break down what Hasan's saying, he's saying if you have the funds that he has, Ethan can't win the lawsuit and that he's going to fund them. But what's Hasan do? Not give him a dime and continue to feign every month that he cares, demanding that Ethan drops the frivolous lawsuit.
Drop the frivolous litigation pursuit. Drop the lawsuits, Ethan. Drop the lawsuits. You know they're frivolous. You know it has nothing to do with copyright or anything like that.
Casey will continuously talk on stream on how she might have to foreclose her home. She's tweeting out how isolated.
Listen, you might hate somebody for laughing at that. You might hate me for laughing at that. And yes, Ethan Klein said that he doesn't want people hating on Caseytron anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. I still dislike her. I don't care that she settled. She's still a bitch. She's still a terrible person. And I think that a lot of the hate is definitely deserved. Harassment, on the other hand, I completely disavow. But if you want to talk shit about her in the live stream or in the comments or something like that, by all means, let loose, say what you want to say. Just be smart. Don't go over there. Don't harass her. Don't do anything, because all that ends up doing is giving her power to sit there and be like, oh, they just hate me because they're incels. Like, nah, bitch, we hate you because you're stupid and you steal shit and you make the platforms worse for everybody else.
She feels through all of this. Hasan's viewers would beg him to help her out and he'd say, can't, I'm in China.
Do you plan to address the hate campaign
There's no way he said that.
against Caseytron? What hate campaign against Caseytron? Like the same people that attack me all the time? Is that what you're saying? I'm in China, man.
This is insane.
Bro, I'm over here spending big money on horses. I ain't got time to help out Casey. What you think this is? Who do you think I am? A socialist? You think I got time to help somebody out?
But it's not all bad news for Casey. She did find a smoking alternative.
But yeah, so I got these bubbles to kind of help with the smoking. I have an oral fixation that I use to cope with my anxiety, where it's like I smoke weed. One of the reasons why a lot of people who smoke in general use like smoking as a way to regulate their anxiety is the breath work.
Listen, as somebody who has been a stoner for a very, very long time, since like 15, okay? So that's what, 14, almost 15 years of my life. I have never in my entire life been addicted to weed. Never, okay? I have been addicted to nicotine, you know, that's a whole different story. Any substance you utilize to turn around and mask or drown yourself in to get away from your problems will then become addictive. Whether it's nicotine, whether it's cocaine, whether it's food, whether it's soda, whether it's weed, it doesn't matter. You will create an addiction with it due to the fact that you are using it to mask the problems you have going on rather than being a fucking adult and taking care of it. You know, the reason why I never had an addiction to weed is because I used it to relax and chill and get work done. I never used it to like mask the stress of life or anything like that. I would get my shit. I'd be like, you know what? I got a lot of shit I gotta get done. Let me just, you know, smoke a bowl, pop some up and get some shit. And then like 6 hours later, you know, I'd be done with a lot of work, my schoolwork, video work, whatever I had to do.
Well, do I have the perfect solution for you? Fume is the all-natural.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
You Fume for sponsoring this video.
Heroin, ketamine, jelly bean, puff.
Yo, shout out to the old dudes. I love them.
In my brain, get it all mixed up.
Just want to be clear, Hasan knew about Casey's financial struggles from day one.
Casey's the sole provider
I think everybody knew about her financial struggles since day one, but yeah.
for her disabled parents. They were blue-collar workers and are now elderly and rely on her.
She's crying, begging for donations because she doesn't want to put her parents on the street.
My mother, father, and sister all struggle with disability and housing instability. They are my family and they depend on me. Just this month, like many other low-income Americans, my mother and disabled sister had their food stamps taken away. Under the current political climate, the future of funding for other assistance is uncertain. I cannot afford to fail them. I simply want this nightmare to be over so that I can go back to providing my family with my full support.
Hasan,
Listen, I don't know your situation over there, and I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here. It might sound, you know, ruthless or whatever, but I feel like your parents would probably be a lot more proud, and I don't really like talking about this, but I feel like your parents would be a lot more proud if you had, like, I don't know, a degree under your belt or like some sort of skills under your belt or something to where you had like a good job rather than just like, you know, doing fucking this as your full-time work, right? Like, you know, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to say that you're not doing the right thing by trying to provide for them. But what I am saying is that you could be providing for them in such a better way rather than just stealing content that could very potentially get you back in the situation that you're in right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you steal, right? Like, let's say you're a thief, you're a stick-up man, and you're doing all of it to provide for your family. Like, does it provide for your family in the short run? Yeah, absolutely. But eventually, you might get arrested and go to jail for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Really just depends. And then who's going to take care of your family? You know what I'm saying?
during this time, was vacationing in China, betting on horses.
Betting it all on a horse race.
I put $1,000 on my boo-boo.
Because it sounds like the boo-boo?
A little bit.
It's also just like really hard because, you know, and even like with like my mom.
This is diabolical, bro. Absolutely diabolical. Hasan's socialism is my money is my money, your money is my money.
And like my dad and like my grandparents and stuff, it's like I don't want them to know like how this is affecting me and like how hard this is and like how financially damaging this is.
They're lining up. Let's go. They're lining up.
Oh, yeah, they're racing. Go, go, go! We won!
You guys won like 30 grand.
You won 30,000 Hong Kong dollars?
Bro, it's insane that there's people who can actually believe this man gives a damn about any of them or socialism or any of this. I think that's probably Hasan's superpower, that he's managed to convince tens of thousands of people that he's a socialist, that he's managed to convince people that he actually cares about their plights and stuff. I think that's a superpower all on its own. I'm not even gonna lie. And I gotta hand it to him, man. He's done a fantastic job at it.
I don't know. Rich, keep getting fucking richer.
I was like, I need to hurry up and do this quick before my dad wakes up so he doesn't see me. Like, I feel like I'm also kind of like hiding a lot of the pain from my family.
The fact is, Hasan doesn't believe in socialism. He believes communism. He believes that everybody in the world owes him and he doesn't owe anybody anything. Yeah, I'll agree to you there, man. I'll agree with you there. He's 100% my money is my money, your money is my money type of deal, dude. He's that crazy girlfriend. My man's got to be making 7 figures and buy me everything I want.
How much do you think I want? The money spread? And those are thousands, by the way. I want $30,000. $30,000.
You know, like my whole life, it's just been a fucking fight to get through and survive.
If we put the whole pile of cash that she had, I would have made 60 American grand. I gotta do a photo out there with the money spread, like with the racetracks behind me.
I'm so fucking sick of just surviving. You know what I mean?
This is rough.
Hasan won about $3,000 US, but that is still a significant amount of money to these people. That is 10% of the money Frogan raised that he's flexing in this throwaway bet. When Casey posted her settlement video, Hasan came back from his vacation in China to now vacationing in Ireland.
I'm an art. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And he was still going live and making money at this point too, man. This dude's just going on a world tour vacation while Caseytron's drowning in potential debt and crying on the internet, talking about how her poor disabled family might be kicked out onto the street. And Hasan's over here like, well, what do you want me to do about it? The fucking Smog the Dragon over here, he's just like, what do you want me to do? He's like drinking. I guarantee you, Hasan would drink like a bottle of water and watch Caseytron dehydrate in the fucking desert, man.
Berlin. We might even do a little IRL out to the pubs. This man is a degenerate, okay? This is what happens. It's the good and the bad of operating a socialist business where we have a cooperative. So it's equal say, equal pay.
Hasan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for helping me without providing any.
That's what makes it.
Yes, Casey, it's exactly what he wanted. I'm happy that you finally caught up with the rest of the world. It sucks you had to find out this way, but you know. Did you maybe think that it was like odd how when all of this was happening, he never reached out to you? Do you think that it was maybe odd how, you know, probably the poorest people of the clique, freaking Ian and Anissa, were the only ones who donated to you? Did you not find that at all a little weird?
It's so funny. Like Noah Sampson, Hasan's never actually going to risk anything. Casey complained about this in her video, and Hasan never addresses it.
You settled? And threw you under the bus, kind of? What do you mean, under what bus? Something about your indifference, but whatever, we shouldn't talk about this, to be honest. No, great. She should have went harder. You think I give a shit? I want this legal bullying to end. You can say whatever the f you want about me. If it's gonna get Ethan Klein off your ass, go ahead.
He's trying to spin him not supporting her as somehow being support. It's remarkable, really.
No, not even that. What he's trying to do is sit there and be like, guys, it doesn't, he's trying to make it sound like that's what she had to do to get out of this, because we all know for a fact, if it wasn't true, what she said, he would just come out and say it wasn't true. Like, it makes it doesn't help him in any way, shape, or form to sit there and not like deny this, to not sit there and just be like, no, guys, actually, here's a deal. DM of me showing support. But he can't, and he knows he can't, and that's the whole reason why he's not. Fucking Christ. And how quickly his audience turns from seeing it as a bad thing to like seeing it as a good thing. Or it's like, yeah, that's right, Casey can say whatever she wants. We need to let her say that because the evil clients, bro.
She had to say, you said you will
Zero critical thinking in his fucking chat, man.
help, but did not help at all, and just use it to make yourself popular. That's what they demanded in the settlement. That's so sad.
No, that's what they agreed upon in the settlement.
But hey, yeah, no, that's right. I'm a bad person.
He doesn't even deny that it's true. Only Hasan could do nothing and then still act like he did Casey some big favor.
Say whatever the fuck
Exactly.
you want about how much of a fucking douchebag I am, how much you hate me in your settlement negotiations. If Ethan Klein is up your asshole, crawling up your asshole, hell yeah. You think I give a shit? What are you, crazy? I want this.
Yes. You think you care a lot because your image is literally everything. You were just crying the other day about how freaking AT&T doesn't want to sponsor you, doesn't want to work with you. So yes, you care about your image. Your image is what you sell to people. If you didn't care about your image, you wouldn't fucking do fluff piece interviews.
Insane torment to end. I'm glad that Caseytron no longer has to deal with this fucking nightmare.
He describes it as a nightmare, but he literally didn't care at all. I can't even find more than one instance of him promoting her GoFundMe. Ethan is being labeled as cruel for having Caseytron post this as part of their settlement, but don't get it twisted, this is mercy. Ethan did not have to settle with her, and she is still able to use the remainder of her funds to pay legal fees. However, everything after that is going to Ethan. None of it can go to helping Denims or Frogan.
As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the clients.
Which is like what was always going to happen. Like this was never not going to be the way it went down. And I even said it when I covered this. If like there was no reason for her to turn, like it was incredibly dumb for her to turn around and say that she was going to give the money to Denims and Frogan if he chose to settle. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell you're telling me that. Like, there's no way in hell I would let that happen either. Because why? Why am I going to let you give money to people that I'm in a legal battle with? It makes no sense whatsoever.
The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denims or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits.
And this matters because Casey raised the most money. So Hasan doing nothing has led to Denims and Frogan being screwed even more. Denims is panicking. She's posting her entire legal defense to Twitter. But in it,
which was absolutely insane. I don't know if he's going to read this, but this apology, which I can only assume was forced to extract a settlement. No. It wasn't forced to extract a settlement. They settled, and this was part of the settlement. That's how it works, okay? You make a settlement agreement, you decide, hey, this is what we're gonna say, this is what is approved. It's not judge approved, okay? It never made it to a judge, let's not get that twisted, but this is what the lawyers and Casey and Hasan and Ethan all agreed on being in the settlement, okay? That's how it is. It's absurd and ironic that Ethan would accuse Hasan of being a puppeteer while LARPing as a comic book villain. Oh shit.
she leaks that Frogan is likely gonna settle too. Ethan posted that as far as he knows, Hasan has sent zero financial support to any of these women. At times it seems like Hasan isn't helping them because he knows they're going to lose the lawsuit. He's like, Ethan doesn't have a chance to sue me because I didn't react to it the same way.
And that's literally what it is. It's 100%. He's not helping them because he knows that they're going to lose. I've said this like before, and I'll say it again. If you had Hasan money and you believed that they were being sued frivolously and vexatiously, would you not help your friend out? Like, would you not? Like, there's nothing that would stop you. There's nothing that would stop me. I would help them. But if I knew that they that there was no like recourse that they could take and that they weren't going to win the lawsuit, I'd be like, you know what, dude? You're not like, you might want to just try and settle because there's no way you're going to win this. Like, you would literally just be throwing money away at that point.
Are you worried he will ever try to sue you? No. Why the fuck would I be worried that he would try to sue me? What can he sue me over? Nothing. Yeah, what's he gonna do? Defame me and then sue me for not suing him for defamation? What are we talking about?
This guy's so unfunny. His final comment on this topic is saying that Ethan is acting like Israel. No farther explanation.
Yeah, by the way, Ethan is literally behaving like Israel. This is like Israel-style behavior.
If you think about it for a second, you know exactly what he means by that. Well, what am I watching?
He's acting like a Jew. That dirty Jew. He's just acting like a fucking money-hungry Jew. That's exactly how it comes off, man.
In Nick Fuentes' broadcast, it sounds like you're just calling him a Jew.
By the way, Ethan is literally behaving like Israel. This is like
what?
Israel.
You better explain what that means. Because it sounds really weird. I really think you should explain what you mean by that.
Well, you did genocide Casey's bank account, and just like Gaza, Hasan didn't even bother to show up.
Gross. Let's get back to real shit.
That's it. He's going for it. You're going for it.
First off, I want to reiterate that I don't feel bad for Casey. Throughout this entire loss.
Fuck no. She brought it completely on herself. It's her fault. She's the one who needs to be blamed for it. If she's upset about anybody or anything, it's her fault. She's the one who chose to do this. Like, she didn't have to get into this. She didn't have to, like, throw her hat in the ring or anything, but she chose to. So it's her fault.
She's been nonstop stealing content, demanding that the H3 employees quit, making fun of Olivia, who felt overwhelmed by H3 snark and Anissa targeting her. It took her having to face legal consequences and the realization that her online friends were never going to meaningfully back her up for her to finally apologize. Let me get this straight. Your family financially relies on you. They're on food stamps. The only way out of this situation is a settlement through Ethan. So what do? You call his wife the C word.
This no good motherfucker and his ugly ass wife.
Yep.
I have a feeling she's not changing, man. Moving on to
No, she's not. And what's terrible about this, okay? What's really bad about this is that she's just opened herself up to more litigation in the future. That's literally what's happened here, because she's already explained on a video that she understands what copyright infringement is, which means that if she continues to go ahead and do copyright infringement, if she continues to engage in copyright infringement, then that just opens her up to a bigger lawsuit, or to a lawsuit. And somebody might not actually, the next time around, they might not be nice. They might not really, they might not be okay with it. They may not actually settle and take it all the way. And she's right now, she's at a point where she doesn't really have the money to be surviving a lawsuit. So it's entirely possible that it could happen, right? Pretty soon.
Denims, we touched on her statement a little bit and how she immediately threw Frogan under the bus, saying she was gonna settle. Well, apparently Ethan knows nothing about it.
Well, Casey and likely Frogan have caved to Ethan. Why is she throwing Frogan?
Yeah.
Like, that's a sneak diss, bro. Why are you sneak dissing Frogan? That was super catty.
Is Frogan,
or is she giving us information?
I can't talk about it. No, there's been no settlement talks or anything.
Okay, well then that's fucking crazy for her to say. She knows something that you don't.
But then why would you say it even
that
then?
also is not
so
good.
They could donate to her GoFundMe, not bother
Yes.
with
She just wants.
Yes, and that I wholeheartedly believe that's what's happening here. That she 100% is doing it specifically to try and get people to donate to her. She's throwing Denims, or she's throwing Frogan under the bus in the hopes that people will just bypass sending her money and send it to Denims instead. And yeah, Denims is the richest out of the three of them, but all it takes is one extension. All it takes is just one extension on the lawsuit date, and you never know what might happen. You never know if you'll be able to survive 2 years of litigation.
Wants people to donate only to her, probably.
I watched Denim's stream of her trying to explain all of this, and it comes down to Ethan is in the wrong because none of the good guys are supporting him.
Like, you have to take a look and see that, like, none of the good guys are on your side.
If Hasan's the good guy, apparently he wasn't on Casey's side either. He then claims Legal Eagle and
That's true.
Philly D haven't made videos on Ethan because they're scared of him.
The fact that
Oh my God, that's the same freaking thing that Hasan was trying to say, that he has the Jew cabal, that he had, that these people are in his pocket. They're right-wing lawyers. So of course they're going to be on Ethan's side. Oh my God.
that Legal Eagle hasn't dropped a video and that Philly D hasn't dropped a video, it's not because they don't have opinions. It's because They know that if they ever side against Ethan Klein, they have to deal with obscene harassment.
Wow, so all these rich content creators are just silently supporting you guys. They aren't doing it with their money.
You really think that it, like, okay, first and foremost, they're fucking lawyers, right? And I don't know about the rest of y'all, but if there's one group of people on the internet that it would be a really bad idea to harass, it's gonna be lawyers. Because, you know, they hang out with mostly lawyers. they like, come on, dude. They work at a law firm. It wouldn't be too difficult for them to hire lawyers against you. And I'm sure they have a better understanding of the law than, you know, we do. So I'm not exactly sure why anybody would want to test fate that way. I don't know, man. Just me.
They aren't doing it with videos. They certainly aren't messaging you. But yeah, they support you. They're totally cool with your GoFundMe goal not being reached. Like, when you think about it, it's crazy. I would have thought Ian and Anissa were millionaires. They only sent them $1,400, which is now going to Ethan.
Hey. 1420, sir. Okay, 1420.
iDubbbz is down here on the list getting cucked with the 420. Anissa spends $1,000 to get on the top tier list. I'm sorry, but I find that hilarious. Either way, $1's a dollar, and I want to thank you both.
Like, man, for these all being the good guys, they just seem like a bunch of greedy assholes to me. Ethan spent more money on security for my wedding. She talks about how her reaction was twice as long as the content knew, so the video is fair use. So I went...
Which is the dumbest thing in the world. It doesn't matter if you double, triple, quadruple, dideco. Is that 10? It doesn't matter if you, like, the runtime, okay? It all matters about the content. That's literally what it is. You can spend, you know, an hour reacting to a 15-minute video, but if you're not actually reacting to it, if you're not talking about the content of the video, then you're not actually engaging in fair use. So that's where the issue, like, resides. A lot of the time, she didn't interact with the actual video and the contents of the video. What she did was talk about other things or make, you know, inflammatory remarks or, you know, disregarded some stuff. Like, she didn't interact with the video in its totality during those, you know, during all of those hours.
Go back and watch it, and she goes 10 minutes at a time without pausing or saying anything.
They call him Timothy Chalamet because he's a Houthi.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on?
I'm sure he's going to present evidence of him being a Houthi.
This was her contribution.
All right, let's see here. Tel Aviv will burn in...
Yeah, she's not she ain't the brightest light bulb, right? She's really not the brightest light bulb. We all know it. You know it. I know it. She knows it.
The coming hours. Ready for sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Maybe he's talking about football? Here he is singing a song with the words, "Do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew?" Meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear, but for the Jews. They are very afraid of this title. The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with the lovely depiction of a man impaled through his asshole and out of his mouth. With
Guys, I know for a fact that auto-translate is always good.
How could it be mistranslated? It's a fucking image. Does she think this is hieroglyphics, Braille? I don't get it. Her commentary...
Yeah, that's always was crazy to me too. How people had the ability to try and argue that the dude who literally called himself a terrorist, or, well, okay, not a terrorist, a pirate, and said that he was a part of the Houthis, which is, you know, on the terrorist watch list, isn't somehow magically a terrorist. This woman, all of her brains went to her tits. 100% of her brains went to her tits. Nowhere else.
Is that she says something as a stupid statement and then she just sits in silence.
Auto-translate is always good.
Yeah, good work there. You know, one of the funny things about Denims is that she talks so little that you don't even actually have to, like, you don't even actually have to pause.
I don't get it. Did she blue screen?
This is a take you can only have. Ethan Klein's take is one that you can only have if the Arabic language terrifies you, and looking into it at all and understanding how these Arabic words sound and translate.
Yeah.
You can only come to this position if you refuse to believe this. And you're like, Arabic. Oh God, it's so scary.
Does Arabic have any?
See, this is why I said that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you double, triple, quadruple the freaking length. None of that matters. Fair use has everything to do with how you interact with the actual video. And funny enough, I'll even let you in on something. You could say that you're stealing someone's content. You could straight up say, hey, I'm stealing your content. Yes, you, person that I'm reacting to, I'm stealing your content. And that doesn't really matter either, because if you interact with the video and you transform it enough, and you actually talk about and freaking add to what the concept of the video, add to what's going on in the video, you've transformed it. There's nothing that they could do. The same way you can sit there and say, I'm gonna watch this video and provide transformative commentary. That doesn't save you if you just steal the video and don't talk for the entirety of the video, or talk about something else for the entirety of the video. It doesn't. People are stupid. People are dumb. Stop listening to other people about what is and isn't copyright. Just do your own thing.
Anything to do with this?
When I say do your own thing is do your own research.
No, not at all. If you happen to be confused at all, the Houthi kid posted a photo for reference. Denims is just pausing the video while saying nothing. Does she think this is transformative?
To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach.
Can you guys hear her commentary? It's right here.
And let me state the
It's right here. This is where her commentary is. You guys hearing those two big thoughts she's got going on? That real good ideas, that real good conversation she has, it's right here. This is where it's at. And because it ain't up here, that's for sure.
Denims will let the video play nearly uninterrupted for 5 or 10 minutes, and then she pauses to read her chat, often to just say that she doesn't have time to explain why Ethan's wrong. He just is.
If I sat here and explained why he was wrong for like half of these things, we would be here for another 20 hours.
You know what's crazy? Freaking Hasan didn't have a problem doing that, considering his reaction was like 8 or 9 hours long and he didn't even finish the fucking video. The reason you can't interact with any of what's being said is because you have no fucking brains. You're an idiot. That's why. It has nothing to do with, we would be here for hours. Well, then set the time aside, you moron. Set the time aside to be able to do it. What else are you doing? What else are you streaming? Like, seriously, what other agenda do you have? Your reaction was like 3 hours long. Well, you're only partially right on the timing thing. When it comes to music, for example, it's often considered that it's more transformative the more you use a certain clip or sound. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying about that one. Well, you're only partially right on the timing thing. When it comes to music, for example, it's often considered that it's more transformative the more you use a certain clip or sound. You're going to have to flush that one out for me. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that.
It's so pathetic. I don't even understand what to say about it besides, yeah, this is wrong because this. Another wrong take, another wrong take. Okay, well, I just paused it for 10 minutes. I feel bad pausing it again.
You have nothing else going on. Now, Denims definitely has the best chance to win her lawsuit because she doesn't just get up and leave. She wasn't smoking the whole time. Instead, she added commentary like this.
If you look all over the world,
I honestly... Yeah, okay. When it comes to the words being used, I would have said that what's her face had a better to clarify and further, if you use a certain sound clip over and over and over again in different ways, then you are perfectly fine to use that length of time of said oh, I see what you're saying. So like a music clip or something like that, or like a voice clip or a voice note. Okay, I see what you're saying now. When it comes down to like who has a better argument, Denims, as far as like time and length, yeah, sure, I totally will agree that as far as like length goes and like time and everything, she has a much better argument there. But at the same time, again, it's about the substance of it. It's about what she did during that time, what she talked about. Because if she's not interacting with the core like product, then it's much more difficult for her to be able to actually win. you know, in the lawsuit to actually try and say, hey, I was transformative. I went ahead and like was helpful, etc., etc.
You will find no one.
Or helpful. I was fucking, I actually was saying stuff in regards to what the video was about. She even sat there and said that if she was to turn around and say that all, like, if she was to interact with the video, then she would be there all day. So she shoots herself in the foot with that. It's like, Your Honor, if I was to actually transform the video, I would have been there for 20 hours. You don't want me there for 20 hours.
More miserly or greedy than
Whoa, the leader of the terrorist group against the so-called state of Israel is anti-Semitic. I'm so glad you were able to crack the case on this. Thank you. Okay.
This reaction is only long because she sarcastically repeats what Ethan says and just sits there with it paused. Does that constitute as fair use? It's up to a judge. But again, I think the most important part is Denim stating her intent to steal Ethan's views and revenue.
The second statement is a throwaway shill comment I said after the video before signing off. Quote, well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. As an aside, this statement is factual. Almost certainly, if someone watched my coverage, they had no interest in watching Ethan's video without the addition of critical...
But that's not the truth. Wait, hold on. Without the addition of critical what?
Not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. As an aside, this statement is factual. Almost certainly, if someone watched my coverage, they had no interest in watching Ethan's video without the addition of critical commentary and never would have.
There's no way for you to prove that. There's literally no way for you to prove that. None whatsoever. How are you going to prove to a judge that if somebody was watching your video, then they weren't going to watch Ethan's video? One of the biggest things about commentary, okay, is the fact that people watch multiple different commentary creators due to the fact that they want to hear multiple different points of view. A lot of the time, people won't watch like the original work. Sure, I'll agree to that. But there are people who will, like myself, who will watch the original work and then watch like 2, 3, 4, 5 different commentary people. And because they want to see what their point of view is. They want to hear their opinions. They want to hear what they have to say about it. That, like, I don't understand like how she thinks she's going to be able to prove that in court.
You can say this is a mean-spirited comment and poor taste.
Oh, so it's the Alex Jones defense. When you get called out, just act like nothing you say matters.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm a bit of a retard.
I'm kind of retarded.
And none of this includes how Denims has been one of the biggest content thieves for years, just walking away while videos are still playing. Play full videos.
She learned it from Daddy Hasan.
Without being there at all. And now...
To my point, I'm saying you could use a 15-second clip of Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues, and it'd be fine if you use the full 3 minutes, and we'd be talking about, yeah. I get what you're saying, Tim. I get what you're saying, Tim.
Like, guys, this is setting a bad precedent for React content.
In his lawsuit against me, he has set a disastrous precedent for our corner of the internet, and my only hope is that others in the community with resources like Ethan's do not follow in his small footsteps.
Your corner of the internet sucks. For 8 years, people have complained about how you guys...
Her corner of the internet absolutely sucks. For multiple years, people have complained about how they're going to just absolutely freaking ruin React content, because all they're doing is opening up the possibility of these big conglomerates, of these big these huge companies coming around and filing copyright strikes or suing people, and that's just going to make it harder for the reaction community. And your guys' whole thing during the entire time was, oh, cry about it, oh, cry about it. And now you're getting sued for doing exactly that, and you don't like the response of people telling you to cry about it. How we come full circle, bro.
Steal content.
What am I supposed to do? Die? Like, I don't understand.
You ignored everyone, and now you got sued.
The precedent that anyone can just go after random smaller creators because they have more money than them, and no one will bat an eye, and no one will be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Watch it, dude. Watch it. Wait, we like React. We like React content. Stop.
Where else was this gonna end up? The bar that 95% of creators had was to simply just be there while the video was playing. Ethan set the bar even lower, where all you had to do was not state that you're stealing the video, and just still failed that. I also want to point out that Denims admits on stream that she has no idea if Frogan's going to settle or not. So why did she tweet that out?
I also know that she hasn't really made any public statements at all and hasn't really talked about it at all. And obviously Casey's already settled, and I can only assume that Frogan is probably going to, because again, She's missed the deadline. And for the guy who was bragging about...
Okay, but she missed the deadline, and Ian gave her an extension. Like, that's the crazy thing about this. All of these people are saying, oh, he just wants to ruin these women. He wants to ruin these women. Yet when she missed the filing or the deadline for the filing, he literally gave her an extension. He didn't have to do that. He could have very easily just been like, nah, bitch, I don't care that you missed the deadline. Get fucked. And ruined her, like, financially even more. Or, like, ruined her, like, start to her defense even more. How exactly is it that... Oh, my God. This is why I say these people are so dumb. But honestly, I believe the opinion, the tinfoil hat theory, that the whole reason she said that is to try and get people to not donate to her and to donate to Frogan, or to donate to Denims instead of donating money to Frogan. And the whole reason why she's doing that is due to the fact that Frogan doesn't have nearly as much fucking money as Denims does. And because she doesn't have nearly as much money, she's not going to be able to fight the lawsuit as long as freaking Denims will be able to. So the whole thing is, guys, if you don't want your money going to Ethan Klein, then you need to send me the money, not Frogan. She's a broke bitch. That's literally what it is. But here's the thing. Even if she makes it to the end of the trial, guess what, Denims? If you lose, you still got to spend money. You still got to give Ethan money.
You know, filing for default judgment the last time that she had missed a deadline. It seems weird that he's just like, oh, well, I know I was bragging about doing this before, but now I'm not going to do it.
It just sounds like she's assuming a lot of this, so it comes off as her trying to cuck Frogan for donations.
Yes.
I can't blame her at all for that.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
And so that is to say, rally behind me, okay? Yeah. I will be your warrior. I will be your chosen warrior.
I'll be your dumb one who gets sacrificed. That'll be me, guys. That'll be me. I'll be the moron who sacrifices these tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars just to potentially lose in the end. Oh, man. This is... can never change, Denims, never change.
Okay, I will be your fighter.
Bet they could really use Hasan's help. I wonder what he's doing.
Thank you for inviting us.
Socialism is not about charity. It's literally the exact opposite. There would be no need for charity.
Exactly.
It could still exist, but there would be no need for it ultimately, because the government would provide for you.
Well, that answers it. Denims.
Yeah, we saw what happened when the government provided for the EBT and then how quickly it was for that shit to get shut off. So if the whole world was, was socialism, do you not think that a lot of the products, a lot of the payments, a lot of the things that like would be happening would potentially get shut off at some point in time? Oh my God.
This isn't getting anything either. This is socialism. See, it's not Hasan failing you. It's the government. They should back your lawsuit. Take it to the polls, Frogan. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you...
Always good videos from WillyMac. I think it's crazy. But I think, we all called this back, when this was first announced, where everybody said that eventually they were going to be eating each other alive. We all said this. We all said that, hey, you know what's going to end up happening is they're going to turn around. They're going to turn on each other. They're going to attack one another because there's not a whole lot of money that can go around. There's only so much money that they're going to be able to get from people. It's not like there's people who have the ability to just they're not going to find a whale in all of this. They're not going to be able to find somebody who's going to drop them millions of dollars to fight this lawsuit. They should be able to, considering they're friends with Hasan, but it is what it is, right? It is what the fuck it is. It's just insane. Is she gonna win? Who knows? Who knows? I don't think she will. If she does, that'll suck. But hey, you know what? I'm not gonna argue with the fucking judge. That's the judgment. Then we'll have to wait for the appeals and see if it goes anywhere from there. But I honestly think she'll lose. I personally believe that she's going to lose, and it's going to be to the dismay of a lot of fucking people. But hey, what can you do, What can you fucking do at that point? Oh, man. Well, I guess we'll move on over to some Rob's Media now.